Alright, so, you can already see what's happening here a little bit, but I'm trying something completely different. Not completely different from stuff that's already been done, but completely different from stuff I've done. So, those of you who know me from my Instagram, it will not surprise you that I'm drawing stuff all the time now, and it's great. Those of you who are not, and maybe, let's be real, most of you are probably my family and friends right now, but those of you who maybe come from other places may be like, well, what's going on? So, yeah, I am going to start drawing a different monster from the monster manual, kind of once a week is what I'm kind of hoping to do, pump one of these videos out, but probably more realistically every 2 weeks or so. Yeah, so first off, I started with one of the most iconic creatures from Dungeons & Dragons, the Beholder, which, if any of you have ever seen Arcane Forge's channel at all, I highly recommend it. If you haven't, it's really good. This will seem a little familiar to his Monster Mondays. Monster Mondays. But I'm hoping to offer something a little bit different. I'm not just going to talk about the creature and what they are and what makes them interesting. I'm going to also just talk about my own experiences with drawing and my life. So yeah, this is a Beholder. For those of you who don't know what that is, I've kind of found a couple of excerpts from the Monster Manual and Volo's Guide to kind of like push you in the right direction to get an idea of why these things are so iconic and so weird and creepy. And actually, the first time I saw one on the 4th edition, I think it was 4th, yeah, it would have been 4th edition, that was the first thing I played, Monster Manual, or not probably even the Monster Manual, like probably the Player's Guide or the Starter Set, doesn't matter. I thought they looked stupid. I've come to adore them in their weird, creepy way. Anyways, so, to describe it, this is the excerpt from the, I don't even know if I'm saying that word right, from the Monster Manual, which says, "One glance at a beholder is enough to access its foul and otherworldly nature. Aggressive, hateful, and greedy, these aberrations dismiss all other creatures as lesser beings, toying with them or destroying them as they choose. A beholder's spheroid body levitates at all times, and its great bulging eye sits above a wide, toothy maw, while the smaller eye stalks that crown its body twist and turn to keep its foes in sight. When a beholder sleeps, it closes its central eye, but leaves its smaller eyes open and alert." So yeah, the whole kind of concept of them come from, I think, the eyes on the back of your head kind of thing. Like, they're able to watch everything. They also want to learn as much as they can often. They're hoarders of knowledge, often. Not all of them. But most of all, they're arrogant. They think they're superior to everything, and of course they are. They can behold everything. They've been around for potentially ages, but they're often, yeah, very arrogant and despise all other forms of life, essentially. Their only thing they actually view as a threat would be other beholders, because everything else is beneath them. Another excerpt, this one's from Volo's Guide. "To those who would seek to conquer beholders or merely understand them, nearly everything about their quarry is unfathomable. These bizarre creatures are possessed of alien intelligence, inhuman forms of perception, and the ability to shape reality through force of will, or even by their mere presence inside the comfortable confines of its subterranean lair. The beholder is nearly unassailable thanks to a combination of its peerless intellect and the brutal effects of its eye rays." So the eye rays are really kind of freaky. There's like 10 different ones the standard beholder can do from the Monster Manual, and it can do 3 a turn, I believe is what it is, and or something like that in 5th edition. And basically you roll, and so it does 3 of these different eye rays, which are pretty devastating. There's one like Death Ray and stuff. Let's see if I can just find it. Yeah, but they're meant to be kind of terrifying, horrible beasts that you're not likely to encounter unless you're at a quite substantial level. They have a challenge rating of 13, which those of you who don't play D&D, that probably doesn't mean anything to you. Oops, I just hit my microphone with my chin. I hope that doesn't sound terrible. Yeah, so they can charm you, Charm Ray, Paralyzing Ray, Fear Ray, Slowing Ray, Enervation Ray, Telekinetic Ray, Sleep Ray, Petrification Ray, Disintegration Ray, and Death Ray. So you can imagine being hit by any of those, let alone 3 in one turn, is pretty devastating to a team of adventurers. So yeah, the kind of reason I wanted to do this is kind of show the process that goes into doing some of my longer drawings. My Instagram, my drawings have been pretty short because I'm just trying to get the one-a-day thing in. I'm starting to spend a bit more time with them, and this was also kind of get a break from what I'd been doing, because February I've been doing faces, going forward I've been kind of doing, January was just kind of for fun, but going forward I'm doing a different theme each month, so yeah, I wanted to do something different. And I guess this is still a face. It's a giant, creepy, weird eye face, but it's also its whole body, so I guess it's not a face, so, you know, that's open to interpretation. I'm not counting this as one of my drawings for a day, but it's a drawing I did one day. Yeah, so I had a lot of fun with this. I'm kind of happy how it turned out. It looks kind of like a giant prune in my mind a little bit, with a face, but that's cool. Maybe it's this beholder thinks prunes are just the coolest thing ever, so it modeled itself after it. I doubt that. It's kind of ridiculous, but you never know. But yeah, so this whole experience of drawing every day has been super, super awesome. I've been getting a lot of interaction just with people. I have no idea who they are. There's people commenting on my stuff. It's been really neat and really good for my self-esteem and mental health. So I thought, yeah, let's do more drawing. Let's do something where I can reach out to more people. And I thought, yeah, it's time to finally revive my YouTube channel. If you look back on my videos, you'll see a weird collection of 1 or 2 mostly episode-long Let's Plays, which go nowhere, and I never go back to editing the rest of them. But if you there's also a Game Grumps Animated, which is my only video that has any sort of amount of views, but again, that was a long time ago. I do want to start getting into more animations and doing that again, but for right now I thought this was a great way to kind of bring back my channel, interact in a different way with people, artists, and do something I really love. So I combined 2 of my favorite things, which is Dungeons & Dragons and drawings, and we have Drawings and Dragons. So yeah, as you can see, I'm just about finished up with this guy, doing all the coloring, which partway through this I actually realized a couple of my color layers weren't actually color layers, so they were kind of dulling the shading, and I couldn't figure out what was going on and why stuff didn't look weird. Well, it looked kind of off, like his skin isn't quite right. The shading's all gone, and it's because it's not a color layer. And I'm about to fix that, I think, soon. Yeah, it's when I'm working on the gums, because the mouth and stuff, it stopped looking right. And I was like, what's going on? What's going on? But yeah, I really enjoyed doing this, and I think it's one of the better drawings I do. I mean, it's not the most perfect thing. I always see the flaws as soon as I finish a drawing, but I'm really happy how this turned out. I'm really happy I committed to it. I'm really happy, you know, I did this. Anyways, I'm going to keep doing more of these. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think any monsters you'd like to see too, let me know. And yeah, if you haven't checked out Arcane Forge before, I totally recommend it. His channel's great, and this is totally where I got the idea. So that's the finished sketch. Yeah, and next time I'm gonna make it so it actually fits in a YouTube guy's screen. Then, you know, I learned. But yeah, thanks. This was my thing. Hope you liked it.